Imagine this. A teleporter scans every atom in your body, sends the data to Mars, and reassembles you, molecule by molecule, exactly as before. But here's the twist. The machine didn't move you, it destroyed you and built a perfect copy. So, did you survive, or did you just die while someone identical to you took your place? At first, it seems simple. If your memories, voice, and thoughts continue, then who cares if the atoms change? Our bodies replace cells every few years, anyways. But that's not the same. In ordinary life, change is gradual. Your consciousness flows through it. In the teleporter, it's instant destruction. If identity is about physical continuity, then you died. But if identity is about psychological continuity in terms of memories, beliefs, and personality, then maybe you survived. Now imagine this. The teleporter glitches and doesn't destroy your original body. There's one of you on Earth and one on Mars, both claiming to be the real you. Which one's right? They can't both be, right? Here are three classic approaches and why each is tempting. The first is the body theory that says that you are your physical organism, where if you destroy the body, you destroy you. The Mars person is simply a replica. The problem, however, is that your body changes constantly, where you don't stop being you after a surgery or a gradual atom swap. So, how much change is too much? Second, psychological continuity. You are your chain of memory and character. If those continue, then you continue. The problem, however, is duplication. If two perfect continuers pop out, both can't be numerically identical to the single original, yet both seem to have everything that matters. And the third is parfit's reductionism, where maybe personal identity is not a deep, further fact. What matters is psychological connectedness and continuity, the survival of your information pattern, where if duplication occurs, identity doesn't split, it branches. There's no single answer to which one really is me, because that question presupposes a single thread that reality doesn't guarantee. The paradox exposes our anxiety about a vanishing point between moments. Are we protecting a body, a memory stream, or the present tense feel of being someone? Maybe the self is less like a statue and more like a flame, stable shape, changing fuel. Maybe you is simply a verb, remembering, perceiving, and committing. Let's push harder. Let's talk about the sleep analogy, where every night consciousness drops out. You wake up with the same memories and projects. If that's okay, then why not a teleporter where the gap is a little bigger? The objection to this, however, is that during sleep, your brain's continuity isn't destroyed. Metabolism and structure persist, where the teleporter fully disassembles you. B. Slow versus instant replacement. Suppose nanobots replace your neurons one by one while you're awake. No gaps, you keep chatting, and after an hour, every part is new. Feels like survival. But instant replacement via scan and destroy feels like death. Is the difference speed, or are intuitions lagging behind the tech? C. Split brain and fission cases. In split brain surgery, consciousness can partially disassociate across hemispheres. In a fission thought experiment, your brain is divided and each half is sustained in a new body, both awake with your memories. Who is you? Parfit's answer is that both of you are in what matters, though neither is numerically identical to the single original. Identity isn't a yes or a no, it's a relation that can come in degrees and branches. And D. Legal and ethical fallout. If Mars you signs a contract, is Earth you bound to the same? If Mars you loves your partner, is that a betrayal or a continuity of vows? Our laws assume identity is singular and unbranching. Teleporters would force a rewrite. Rights might track psychological successors and not just a single continuous body. Here's what I am willing to stand behind. Numerical identity does not survive teleporter destruction. If the original is disassembled, that's death of that organism. But what matters in practice, in terms of your projects, your relationships, your character, and your memories, does survive in the Mars continuous. Parfit's right. Identity is not what matters in survival, continuity and connectedness are. And in duplication, both successors have equal claim to your past. The right response isn't to pick the real one, but to update the question. Which continuers inherit your responsibilities, assets, and promises? The answer is potentially both, shared or by prior convention. So, would I step in? If I want my pattern to continue, then yes. If I demand strict numerical identity, then no. The choice turns on which value you rank higher, organism continuity or psychological survival.